Hi, my name is Elise, and I lost my job today. We're gonna make rolls for my brother's baby shower. Now, because it is for my brother's baby shower, it's mandatory that he helps me. Introduce yourself.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah!
Today we are going to be making extra light hot rolls. It's a recipe from my dad. I don't really know what cookbook it is, but we will insert it below.
She doesn't want to make rolls for my baby shower. That's crazy.
Anyway, so we're going to make some extra light hot rolls. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to bloom the yeast in some warm water. And usually when you bloom yeast, you want some kind of like sugar or honey or something like that to activate the yeast and give it something to feed on. So we're going to get that done now.
What she said.
And we're going to take our 1/4 of a cup of warm water. We're going to add it to our bowl. It's important to hit the bowl because, you know. And then we're going to take our 1 teaspoon of active fast rise yeast. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Is the yeast alive? What do you mean eat?
So yeast is technically alive, and interestingly enough, it does need to eat something in order to live. So it is basically in the dehydrated form. So what we're doing is we're reactivating it.
So we're creating life, is what you're telling me.
Much like you created life with your fiance, we are now creating life within our rolls. Now we are going to go ahead. It should look something like this. We're going to put a timer for 5 minutes and we're going to let it activate. So this is kind of what you're looking for. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's cloudy. It's got a lot of, you know.
Oh, it's gonna definitely dump out if you do that.
Maybe I want to put it on the counter.
Red counter?
Red counter.
Yeast counter.
So now we are going to do something called scalding the milk.
What?
Yes. So that's going to be a little bit different. So scalding the milk is essentially when the milk is not quite boiling yet, but it's the step right before boiling.
Dude, what is wrong with you, dude? What the hell is wrong with you, dude? Why do you look like that? Why? What are you doing?
No.
What?
We're scalding the milk, not scolding it.
Oh, like...
Temperature.
Oh, okay.
Be nice to the milk.
It looked at me funny.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to take our shortening. You can use Crisco, butter, anything that's like a soft, pliable
material.
Fat is gonna work. So we're gonna use 1/3 a cup of butter. Use any butter you want to. I don't care. Just as long as it tastes good. And we're gonna let that start going in the scalded milk. We want it to completely melt. This is what's gonna cool down our milk so that it's not burning liquid, because the thing about yeast is that you can kill it if you use too much heat too soon. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is stir this, and then we're gonna add our sugar and salt, and Eli's gonna come over here and do our sugar for us and add it in while I stir. 1/4 a cup of sugar.
1/4 a cup of sugar.
Indeed.
Which you had already measured for me, and I decided to remeasure, and now it's not 1/4 of a cup of sugar. I don't want that lump. Okay, is it okay? Is it okay to put in lumps if it's like a little over?
It's gonna melt.
Okay.
It's okay. It's fine.
1/4 of a cup of sugar.
Right. So then we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We will be using my tiny salt egg that I'm in love with. It is a salt. It's beautiful. Thank you for noticing.
Salted egg.
1.5 teaspoons of salt. Remember with bread, it's usually more salty than what you are originally thinking, because you know, you want a good flavor. Continue stirring, and we're going to wait until this is melted. And then once it reaches lukewarm, we're going to go ahead and add 2 eggs in. And then we're going to add this mixture to our yeast. So let's go ahead and we're going to...
Luke, and why is he warm?
I assume he has a jacket.
Okay.
So that's lukewarm.
Airball.
And we're going to go ahead and add 1 egg.
Egg.
2 eggs. Try not to get any shells in. I did not for once in my life. God is with me for once in my life. Okay. So I'm going to switch to a whisk for this because I want it to be very well.
If you don't have a whisk, you could also use a fork.
A fork is always...
As God intended.
A fork is a great option at any given moment. I am going to pop my yolks because it pisses me off if the yolks aren't popped. Like, why are you being difficult for no reason?
Alright.
That doesn't look like it deserves to be in the bed. So now we're going to pull over our yeast mixture. You can see it's very cloudy now.
Look at that froth.
And it looks
Yeah.
beautiful. So now we're going to go ahead and add this in. And it should look something like this. It should start to resemble a great frothy milk. So now we're going to take our flour.
Okay.
And we're going to put 2 cups of flour in.
I was gonna say spoon it, but absolutely do you.
And we're going to make sure it's level. Whisk this in.
Whiskey business?
We're going to put the 2 cups of flour and we're going to go until we're light and frothy. It says to use an electric mixer. However, not everybody has the luxury of having an electric mixer. I do, but for the simple fact of not everybody does, I'm going to beat it by hand because I hate myself.
You know, I also beat it by hand, and I think that's okay. Yeah! Look at it.
Alright.
It looks like frosting, bro. That looks delicious. Look at that. Oh.
Okay, so now that it's kind of like this light and frothy, so we want it to look kind of like pancake batter almost.
Okay.
Should be smooth and pretty.
That looks so... okay. The gloop meter of that...
We're getting to basically 4.5 cups of flour. So we are at 3 currently. Pro tip from my kitchen to yours is when you're dealing with bread, I love to use gloves. Which to some people might be like, why? I can't stand the feeling of it touching my hands and getting stuck on there, and
We have autism if it isn't blatantly obvious.
I'm not diagnosed. So I'm going to use gloves for this part because I want to get the flour even more in there, but I don't necessarily want to touch it. Also, I made fondant one time and I lost my ring in the fondant.
I was there for that.
And it still haunts me to this day.
It's like a nice ring, too.
It was beautiful. My mommy gave it to me.
Ironically, we lost the ring in making a cake for our mom.
Yeah. So I had never made fondant before, and Eli and I had the brilliant idea that we were going to make it for our mother, who doesn't even like fondant, by the way. And I lost my ring in there, and it was a ring she had given me that was like special. It was for my graduation, and like it was a whole thing. And I lost it in the fondant, and we still to this day don't know where it ended up.
I think I ate it.
Somebody probably did.
Can you quickly do a demonstration for like how much flour you should be putting on?
Sure.
Like...
Okay, so what we're looking for in this is called a light dusting. I've seen people take like a shaker bottle if you have trouble with like having too heavy of a hand, you can take a shaker bottle, you can do, but honestly, it should look like this. It should be not enough to cover the entire counter. And if you find that your dough is really wet and that it needs to keep, like it keeps sticking to the counter, the problem is more than likely that you need to knead it further. So the gluten strands will develop as you knead it and become less sticky over time. So if you find yourself putting so much on the counter, then you probably just need to knead it more. And yes, it's annoying, but you still have to do it.
Good things take a long time. Remember,
Amen.
Remember the
And if
wisdom.
you can use a dough hook, then great. It's great for people.
What the hell is a dough hook?
So a dough hook is an attachment to...
Is it like a hook for dough, perchance?
No. It's...
Don't worry, guys. I figured this one out.
So Eli's gonna glove up real quick because, you know, tism. And he's gonna continue kneading, excuse me. And so what we're looking for is when I press down into this, do you see how long it takes for this reaction to happen? Where the dough is not springing back up immediately and it's still leaving like that little indentation. What we're basically looking for is for me to press my finger down and it springs right back up. And then we'll know that the dough is ready and ready to be shaped into...
Yes. Brother. Look at that.
But there's no jiggle. And we need
Boing.
jiggle.
Yeah, look, it's flat though. It's too dense. So
So we're gonna work some air into it.
gonna work some air and some layers into it. Alright, and now, look. See that jiggle? See that jiggle? See how it's not sticking to my gloves anymore? And I'm just doing this and it's like a human brain in my hands. That's what it should look like and feel like. It should feel like a koala's brain in your hand.
Why would you know what a koala's brain
Well, it's
feels
smooth.
like?
Smooth brain.
So we push in, it pops right back up. That is what we're looking for. And this is now ready to shape. What we're gonna do now is slam our elbow into the bowl behind us, because why not? We're now going to take our dough and we're gonna shape it. So part of shaping it is going to be, we're going to try to make it as even as possible so that they cook as evenly as possible. Otherwise, you have a ball that's too small, you have a ball that's too big, and for most men, that's normal, but not for bread.
My ball too small.
Oh god. So, just like you have two balls here, they're completely different sizes, and that becomes a problem.
I have to be.
You should see a doctor about that.
The middle one, itch it.
So, these will have different cooking times because they're not the right size. So that's important to remember when you're making your dough. You can use a scale if you would like. You can also just eyeball it. I don't think there's anything wrong with eyeballing it as long as they're somewhat the same size. So we have two pans that we're gonna fit this in, and let's do it. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the technique for how I roll rolls because I think it makes them more fluffy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press it out until it's like a flat little shape like that.
It's like a little leaf.
And then we're gonna roll it like this until it looks like this.
Ooh.
And then you're gonna tuck it under like this.
Go a little lower.
And then you're gonna pull it like this.
Whoa.
And then you're gonna pinch it, so it should look like that on the bottom. And then you're just gonna pinch it and manipulate it until, but basically what that's gonna do is it's gonna create this fun little roll inside that's actually gonna provide you with a fluffier roll. So what you're going for is to have this smooth side on this, and then you're gonna have that nice seam on the bottom. I have obviously had a lot more practice than Eli, so your technique will get better as you practice. Because my brother's baby shower is tomorrow and I do not want to have to worry about bringing a pan or somebody not finishing it all, I am using aluminum. However, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and prepare our aluminum pans. So now that these are all rolled out and ready, we're going to put them next to each other so that they rise equally. It's going to go in the fridge for about an hour. going to take a water break because it's important to hydrate.
Oh, yeah, man.
Also, do you see my earrings? They're so beautiful. They're SpongeBob. Little.
All hands on deck, Mr. Squidward.
They're so cute. We're also gonna make a honey butter to go on top of our rolls. If you guessed, it contains honey and butter.
This is butt.
They're done baking. They got a nice color on them. We're now gonna make the honey glaze real quick. So we have our butter here. It's already melted, and we're just gonna drizzle enough to be like maybe a tablespoon or something, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. And we're gonna mix it up real quick. Blink, like so. And I'm gonna use a baster. So we're just gonna add the honey, stir it in.
Hey, don't worry, guys. The master baser is here, don't worry. Any basing you need done, I'm the master.
So we're just gonna go ahead and be liberal in our coating. Okay, now we're gonna use a little bit of the Fleur de Sel French sea salt. And this crystallizes in strands instead of flakes. It's very cool. And it has a little bit more of a milder flavor. It's just a finishing salt. You can use any kind of salt that you want, but I love a finishing salt on a roll. I think it just adds so much to it. And that is our rolls done and dusted.